Wow. Look, everybody, we've gotten Goku Black's EZA announcement and tweet. We have his info. We're in a terrible, terrible position. Let's go over what he does and let's talk about why I am concerned. As you can tell, I am not as upbeat as I usually am. I usually don't cheat you guys and look at the info in advance, but I did for this time. Let's talk about it. So Goku Black's leader skill, of course, time travelers, 3 key 170. If he wasn't as buns as I think he is, that would be a really good leader skill for Battlefield, for SBR, for whatever you need it for. But he's mid. Well, let's see what we're talking about. Super attack greatly raises defense, lowers attack, immense damage. Passive skill, the strength of a god and a Saiyan 2 key, attack and defense 80%. He gets attack 40% up to 120, defense 30% up to 60 at the start of each turn. He has chance of critting plus 10% with each attack received up to 40%. 2 additionals, each of which has a high chance to be a super if there is a super class enemy. There are multiple issues with this, and all of them start with Goku Black. It's not his team, it's not his setup, it's not his categories, it's not his links for sure. It's not really the super attack effect at all. It's all of his passive. Why? Let me make sure I word this correctly. Let's work from the bottom up, huh? The super class thing. Why would you do that? You want to know why it doesn't make sense? Because it's not like, we have a lot on the way, by the way. We have the Mortal Will event is getting 2 new stages, one of which is going to be against a Sword of Hope Trunks, right? Which makes sense. That's fine. Why would you build him this way? Even if he's perfect for that fight, which I doubt he's gonna be good for that fight, but let's just say he's perfect for that fight. It would have to be long-term difficult content where the typing is never physical, and in no situation does he ever get super attacked, because the way he stacks defense, it doesn't matter how you phase. You could stack defense 5, 6, 7 times, and he might not reach. He might not be at 1,000,000. I don't think he'll be at 1,000,000. I'm looking at it and doing the math in my head. I know this is weird, but it doesn't feel like he's that much higher than he was like a while ago before his EZA. It does not feel like he's going to be that much better. I really feel that way right now. But this is before Rose. But my thing, like I said, working from the bottom up, the superclass enemy just took out all but 10% of content that I care about. Look, it's crazy. So 2 additionals, both of which are against the superclass enemy, both of which have a coin flip chance to be supers, which would then greatly stack his defense. His defense is still going to be too low to take a super attack from any of those superclass bosses. I'm not even going to talk about other villains. To take any damage from any of those other superclass bosses, all while making sure that if the enemy is physical, he can't tank normals at all while making sure that you have to fight for multiple turns to get the 60% defense, to get the 120% attack, to get the crit chance he needs to get hit. But you want to know what the problem is? Now that means you're worried about his build, because it's like, ooh, he crits. I forgot he crits in his passive. But then you work backwards and you say, think logically and in game application, he can't afford to get hit. You will die. Like, you're going to lose that fight. There is no out for this. He's going to lose this fight. If you get hit on turn 1 against any relevant boss in the game, first form Cell, the androids would probably hit him fairly hard. Rose Goku Black would certainly hit him too hard. Zamasu would hit him way too hard. The Vegito Blue event, no matter how much you debuff him before that 3rd slot of attacks, he's gonna nail this Goku Black with normals and the super attack. Of course, there's no place in this game. Wow, he's getting me more angry as I talk about him. I can't believe that they made him like this. This is I'm really upset, and I'm actually appalled, because he was supposed to be the savior for this team. He was the chosen one. He was supposed to destroy the Sith, not become one. Why would you do this? And then you come over here and it's like, oh, okay, Rose. Now here's the thing. We don't know the transformation condition based on his passive, just based on the way they built his passive in Goku Black, like standard Goku Black form over here, it seems like it's still going to be 6 turns, like the 3 turns to get to 120. It makes sense for it to, he wants to stack his defense anyway. It makes sense that even though he still stacks in Rose, it's probably going to be 6 turns. And then not only is it 6 turns, it's an 80% HP threshold at the moment. They could change both, but I'm assuming the 6 is definitely a lock. And I'm assuming at best they reduce it to 50%. Like, even if it's at 50%, like, yeah, you'll transform, but that doesn't, he still is not like the best. It's not like he's the best EZA TUR upon transforming. I don't even think he's number 2. I think Gohan's better than him. I don't even know that he's number 3. I think Peak Kaioken is better than him. I think Transform Physical Piccolo is better than him. But let's talk about what he does. 250% attack, defense 150%, crit chance plus 50%. That is really nice. Like, he's doing additional still. We're about to get to it. But so the 50% crit chance is very nice. He gets the additional 10% attack with each attack performed. That's going to help him hit very hard. Additional or extreme class allies, 3 key attack, 30%. I don't know why they couldn't give defense to that. I really don't understand why they couldn't give defense to that. The additional that has a high chance of being a super, launch another additional that has a high chance to be a super if there's an super class enemy. I can't even, like, it's not registering in my head. That's why I'm stuttering, bro. I can't believe this. He's like a 0 to bring, he's a neutral unit to bring on your team. He doesn't help your team outside of his links, and the Zamasus don't really have issues linking up. I'd rather run the Tech LR Goku Black and Zamasu unit over him, and their EZA was well over a year ago. I don't understand. I'd rather run, you know, in certain situations, not every fight, but I'd rather run physical Gowasu in a lot of these situations than run this Goku Black. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm very upset about this. I was actually even more heated about it, and then I had to discuss it with a couple people, and they're kind of trying to help me like level out. Like, maybe let's just see him in action. Let's just see him in action. Like, let's just, like, chill. Let's just see him in action. And I'm like, he's looking like a hard 4 or 5 on the scale to me. He is not good. He's exactly what you fear an EZA is going to be. Not that big of a step up from their previous state while keeping all of the flaws of their base 120 unit. I don't know what they were going for with this guy. Even if superclass content comes out that's long form content, I need y'all to understand and listen to what I'm saying. He can super attack 6 times in this state right here. All 6 of the, let's say you have 2 turns of all super attacks. He would not be able to survive a lot of the super attacks that are on the way. And even if he does survive them, you're at like 30% HP, bro. He would have to be type advantaged. And if he's type neutral, you're dead. Like, against, you know, first form Cell, against, like I said, Vegito Blue. I'm trying not to even name physical enemies. I've gone on my way to not name physical enemies. By the way, we are getting, like I said, the Mortal Will event. If it is going to be Trunks, which it is, it's probably going to be LR, which guess what? Means he's gonna get popped. He's gonna get popped because I would assume if it's based on the LR is gonna be what typing? Physical. I can't wait for the LR. Actually, I want this fight to be physical so I can laugh at this Goku. I want to see him get mopped up. I want to see that game over screen. This is a terrible EZA. Pitiful, man. Pitiful. I could keep going. I really could keep going. It's not that hard. It's not that hard for me tonight. I'm in a terrible mood. I got in bed because I'm like, man, all right, listen, you know, you've been up, you know, a good chunk of the day. I think it's good, you know, finally feeling a little tired, lay down, go on the TikToker for a minute or two. And next thing you know, I see Japanese news and I see his photo right there. His nice little screenshot, his nice little profile picture on my phone. I said, okay, fine. I'll wait for the translations. And thank you to the wiki, by the way. Thank you so much to the wiki. I love the format, just screenshotting it as it would be on the website. I think is a very nice way to handle it. I didn't really have a problem with it before, but I understood the gripe of the formatting of his updated passive. So this is very well done. And plus the site always look good, right? This is, I can't get over this, man. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. And we're going to see him in action. And people are still going to, like, the Goku Black stands, I feel like, are going to be the majority of that crowd. But I feel like people are not going to want to backtrack and say, like, nah, he's mid. They're gonna be like, no, like look, I know itemed, this stage with him. And it's like, yeah, but one, you had to hide him, I'm sure. You damn sure didn't keep him on rotation. And two, you probably I don't want to, bro, I'm trying not to bash people for using items. I don't like to do this, but I want y'all to understand how bad he is. You could use 2 Whis and that would keep him from taking damage. You can't use 1 Whis with this guy on turn 1 and not take damage if you're type neutral or worse. The super class enemies aren't hitting him for the normal damage, they're hitting him for the super versus extreme modifier. The only enemies he wants to fight, he has to triple super against and use items in order to maybe take double digits and still take 200, 300, 400k from their super attacks. I can't believe they did this. There's no reason there's not a level of mitigation in here. There's no reason there's not levels of dodge. I want to say dodge. Dodge isn't even say, like, he can't be a dodge or die character. This is a Dokkan Fest TUR. This isn't cool, bro. I'm extremely disappointed. I can't get over this. He's one of those easy A's, and his animations are so good even now, man. His Goku Black, shades of Goku, those frames are so fire, and I hope they do it again sometime. I don't know what they would do for him, because clearly we didn't get that part 2 LR that everybody wanted. But you look at his animations, and it's like people love Goku Black, people love Rose. I like base Goku Black more than Rose, but either way, man, wow, there's a lot missing here. So like I said, with his crit chance, it's like you can't afford to have him get hit. So you are automatically going to give him dodge if you're trying to do whatever you do with your characters. It makes the least amount of sense to give him full additional, because he gets 2 additionals if you're going into the only types of fights he wants to go into, which is versus superclass enemies, because that's 3 different chances for a simple 25 or 30 level additional. So now it's like you're going to coin roll the 50% on each of the 3 super attacks. It's like, sure, bro. Well, it could be 2 normals, but you get what I'm saying. You could do I never say this. You guys never hear me say this, but you could easily just do 1 super attack and 3 normals. You could easily do 2 super attacks, 2 normals, and he's gonna have like what, 6, maybe 650k defense, getting punched in the mouth for like 80, 90, 100k per normal. Oh my gosh. I really hate this. The only benefits to him is that he's on the Zamasu teams. He has big bad bosses. He still, of course, has his Saiyan links, so he can link up fairly well with like Vegito Blues and things like that. Dismal Future and whatnot. His leader skill, like I said, I mean, it could be useful in Battlefield or Super Battle Road. I lied, because like you can't run 2 of him. You can't run 2 of it. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. You run 2 of them, I know for a fact you are floating both of them. You would be lying to me. I wouldn't believe you unless you showed me footage of you running through that whole fight without, wow. I'm trying to step away, like I'm trying to, grab my mouse and click on another tab, but I'm just staring at it, like hoping his info changes, hoping they buff him or something like that in front of my very eyes. Ooh, man. Oof, this is, why is his start of turn buff so low? I don't get it. Why is this not, the bare minimum nowadays is typically like, I'd say the bare minimum is 120%. They could have easily given him 150. There's no real reason they didn't give him. That's crazy. You could double his start of turn attack and defense, and I'd still probably say he's not that good. Like, it's going to take you multiple turns to even be able to eat half of a super attack. I'm disgusted, man. Anyway, I think, wow, how long has this been, man? Gosh, it's been 15 minutes. Blue hell, man. Oh, good. We have his calcs, by the way. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. So, let me look at these, man. Goku Black, when linked with LR Zamasu on turn 1. On turn 1, he'd have 300k defense after he super attacks twice. On turn 3, he'd have 500k defense after 4 super attacks. on, like, what? He'd have 650k defense after 6 super attacks with Big Bad Bosses up. And if he's transformed, he'll have 700k defense. What a completely, I mean, porous and wow. I had said to the people I was speaking to about whether or not he's mid, like, he's not a trash can, but I think it's worse than that. I think he's a dumpster. He might be a landfill. I don't see where you could use him and not be paranoid the entire fight. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know where you could do it at. I'm going to leave it there. I was supposed to cover the news in this video, and I spent the video bashing Goku Black because he's... man, this is one of those EZAs. It's part 3. People are on the edge. The people that don't like Future Gohan as the part 2 unit, they're on the edge. A lot of people are like going out the way to say there's no chance this is the best Cell ever. And now I look at this juxtaposed to not only STR Cooler last year when he EZA'd, juxtaposed to AGL Zamasu's EZA, who just went out his way to make sure Tech Zamasu's in that best card in the game, top Z tier, whatever ranking you have conversation. And then you look at this, who was supposed to make it so Zamasu could get an even better argument. And wow, there's nothing you could do for this. There's nothing you can do to save this card. Because it's like you think the approach would be, hey, I can give him, 70% support from defensively from Gowasu, and it's like, but that would mean you keep one of those units on rotation. Which one are you willing to keep on rotation? Neither. Gowasu and Zamasu, I like them a lot for their EZA. I get that they're a sub EZA, and I judge them accordingly. And I think they're very good at what they do. And then you look at this guy, and it's like, this is a Dokkan Fest 140 now, and he's this. I cannot wait till we get our hands on him so I can laugh. I feel like laughing. I cannot wait, bro. This is going to be good. Young Hitman is off this. This is super class enemy. Like, what did they... Super class enemy is hilarious, dude. What are they thinking?